Let's get into the session. So we understood what we are supposed to do the before day of interview. Like how should we plan about how to go about the interview, the before day, what we are supposed to do, we discussed. What were those things which we were supposed to do before getting into an interview? The first thing was we need to do a research. We need to do a research of the company and get some valid information in order to ask any question. If any question is been asked by the interviewer to us, do you know about the company? As such, you should be in a position to answer it, right? So research of that particular company, right? Apart from that, what we discussed, what are the things we are supposed to do? What were the other things? That we were supposed to do a review of our resume. For say, you might have floated the resume a long ago, for say a month before, where you need to update certain thing, and that then you should check which resume you should project to them. So say they have picked up from the portal, it might be an outdated one. So you should have a handy, the latest copy of it with you, so that you can add upon that within these 3 months or 1 month of time. I have upgraded my skills, I have learned so and so certification course or something. So you should have an handy and updated resume with you. Research and an updated resume in your hand. And before day, what we are supposed to do before, in the sense, when you are expecting that you are getting into an interview, we have to prepare ourselves. That is the topic thing what we are discussing. So we should try and practice few questions to answer it perfectly, so that we don't go haywire. So general questions which are asked in an interview session, you can practice so that you can be in a comfort zone and give your best during the interview. Prepare the list of questions which you want to ask the employer. For say, your research will help you to get, if you need some information related to your job description, the role you have applied. In this regard, if you wanted to ask certain questions, you can prepare ahead and keep it handy. So these are the things which we are supposed to do before. Apart from that, there are 2 more things which we'll discuss the day of interview, what we are supposed to do, which actually should be done the before day, but we will do in line with the day of interview. The first thing is how you are dressed. Yes or no? So the dressing should be apt to the situation. Okay, so we'll discuss what is the dress code for men and what is dress code for the woman, which is accepted in the corporate world. Are we clear? So first impression is with your appearance, right? So let's see what you can see on the screen: clean shade, warm smile, feel of confidence, formal dress, firm handshake, correct body posture, your haircut, everything matters. So let's see what are the other things which will help us to give a first impression. So menswear, streetwear, completely no, casuals, no, business casuals, also no. Yes, if you are going for an official meeting somewhere where there is a get together also, then business casuals will work. But for an interview, it will not. So what we are supposed to wear, a smart casual and formal and semi-formal will work. Then you can see 2 persons wearing this blazer and the suit. So it's all about your comfortness. For say you are in Delhi and winter, you have been called for an interview session during winter. So usually in Delhi, almost everyone carries these blazers or jackets during the winter season. So it's very common. It's a formal way for them. But if you go to South and you wear a blazer for an interview, obviously people will go crazy, right? So we need to check where we are, which location we are. So smart casuals will help you to go good for any interview. So men are preferred to wear always a dark trouser and a light color checks. So let's get into more details. What kind of things would men should wear? So wear a matching suit in a navy blue, black, or gray color. The darker color suit will help to project yourself as a like you look little brighter, right? So the light color shirts or dark trousers are the choice usually. So the shirt should be always either light color or micro checks, not the big checks one, micro checks where you can, at a distance, you may not find those checks. It might look like a plain color. That is preferable. A simple tie on a light color shirt, if you can carry it pretty well, right? So these are the few things. Apart from that, there are certain things which you need to keep an eye on. It is the socks which you're wearing, which should be calf length and above. It should be always in a darker color, especially it should, if you can match with your trouser, that would be better. Usually what happens when men sit on a chair, what happens, your trousers are pulled up because it gets folded at the knee, right? So what happens if you're wearing ankle length socks, is what happens, your skin is seen. So if we can cover, that's pretty good, right? Now, when we talk about other body language related body language stuff, like your hair should be always trimmed. It should not fall on your forehead, nor it should fall on your collar. Okay, right? So you need to see that these are being maintained well. Okay, and now people have flown. People like to grow beards also, but in that case, it should be maintained perfectly. Like it should be trimmed time to time if they are growing it, right? We should always wear polished shoe, unpolished shoe, no. And if you can wear a lace, the black shoe which has that lace, no, that is perfect for interviews or official wears. But now many of the people are not preferring, but that is the preferred business suit, which attire which is preferred in business world. Okay. Leather belt that matches your shoe. So always see that if you're wearing a brown shoe, then the leather color, whatever you're carrying, for say you're carrying a leather bag or a leather belt or the leather purse, then it should be in sync with the color. So usually men prefer either black or brown. So if you have to, then it's better. Wallet, it's not required because nobody watches your wallet inside the pocket. So that's okay. But if you're carrying a bag and the belt which you're wearing and the shoe should be in a sync if it is leather. Short haircut and no facial hair. Okay, that we also already discussed. No strong perfumes. It might be pretty annoying if the person has some allergy to it. The opponent who is sitting to you might have some. So no strong perfumes to be used. Okay, use your briefcase is part of visual effect. For say you carry a laptop bag or you carry a college bag which is across the shoulders. So see that it should have a visual effect. It should not be out of sync, right? So we need to see that everything is in sync. So before day, you can just check upon these all things. What should I wear? Trim your hair, have a clean shave, everything ready, shoe polished, these things. Apart from that, men, I have seen like few men's like have like wearing finger rings. So one or two would do, but we see that for Shanigraha, some other thing, like they wear too many. So that doesn't look good. And the threads in the hand. There should be a watch and a pen in your pocket, definitely, right? And please carry a handkerchief in your pocket. These are the few things which we need to keep in mind in men's attire. Are we clear? Right. Let's go with women attire. Okay. light color salwar kameez or a sari. Now nobody wears sari, but to have an understanding, for say you are into the corporate world, at times you're supposed to wear, then the saris are also good to wear officially. So Western, usually we wear salwar kameez and Western formals. So salwar kameez should be pinned with the dupatta should be pinned well, so that it will not create any hassle. So during the interview session, what happens if you are carrying a dupatta, then if per se if it is not pinned, what happens while talking, you will put your hands to your shoulder in order to push your dupatta. So this would be little distracting to the interviewer. So we need to keep in mind these things. Even for the men, same, when we talk about the hair, why it should not fall on the forehead is the same. What happens, your hair while falling onto the forehead, what you will do, automatically your hand, your habit of doing so, and your hand will automatically will go on in order to push your hair back. This will distract. So what happens that you are not in eye contact with the interviewer, which is a negative aspect. So it will create a gap between you and the interviewer. So we need to take care of that. Okay. Saris, it's up to you. If you're wearing it, then a small chain or a pearl set will help to go with the saris. Cotton saris, if you're preferring, then it should be starched pretty well and pinned neatly. Hair should be tied up neatly. So you might have seen that though I have a small hair, I don't open up when I'm doing a session also. So it's like you need to see that your hair is tied up properly. It's the same with men and women, same. If my hair is short, then it's obvious that I cannot pin it up or tie a pony. But when it is more than a shoulder length, then I can definitely have a pony and tie it up properly. So that it will not create any hassle in my conversation. Obviously, if it is going to fall from the other side, what I'll do, I'll try to put behind my ears and talk. So my hands are going here and there, right? So see that the hairstyle which you prefer is apt to your interview session, right? For say, if you have a short length hair, then have a hairband. Wear a hairband so that the small hairs will not fall onto your forehead. Are we clear? Right. Have a little makeup. Usually girls do this. So it should be a natural. There should not be a heavy makeup. Little bit of highlighting your eyes and lips would help, right? No strong perfumes. Okay. Avoid too many rings and bangles, and as well as hanging earrings. So it should be always a stud. Why no hanging earrings is because, for say you are been asked to ask some, you have been asked something and you say no, for say in a habit you nod your head, what happens, these hangings will move, right? So that is also a distraction to the interviewer. So prefer always to have a stud, right? Now, when we are wearing like Western formals, then we should see that they should go in a sync. Then it should also like you should also keep in mind that you are supposed to wear a shoe which is not open from the front, like it should be closed shoe, right? So and for say you like to wear heels, you need to keep in mind that you are going for an interview. For say you might have to stand for long hours. If you are comfortable, then you wear it. If you are not comfortable to wear heels, then on that day see that you wear flat shoes, so that you don't know how much time it will take. You might be on waiting, you need to stand for many hours or so. So then plan it accordingly. So it's always better not to wear high pumps, because it will hurt your back very badly, right? Carry a purse, but don't carry two things at one go, like laptop bag and a handbag. Okay, so be careful about these small things when you're going for an interview. Hope I'm clear with the dressing. Obviously, tattoo make a bad impression. Okay. Not a bad impression, it's a personal view, but you should cover those tattoos if possible. Wear a long full hand shirt or full hand dress, which will not be visible to the interviewer. That was a question from one of our participants. Now let's see the general guidelines during the day, what we are supposed to do. Research, the research has already been done, so research the job and the company. Extra copy of resume, always carry it, and the reference numbers which you if the interviewer asks you, you should have that list of reference in your hand also. Okay, make all your correspondence neat and error free. See that there are no mistakes. Carry a portfolio notepad. For say you are supposed to ask to write something, you should have some paper or a like a notepad kind of thing in handy. If you can carry it, please do that. Treat the receptionist with respect. For say when you enter into the campus of that particular company or to the hotel where you are being called for the interview session, wherever you are, you should respect them. Remember that as soon as you step into the campus of that particular company, your interview starts. So you be humble with everyone, give respect to everyone wherever you are. Don't yawn, smoke, or chew your nails or chewing gums. Usually we have, like, when we are on hold for a longer time, we start stretching our hands like this, putting our hand on the head, thinking how much time it will take. And these all things happen subconsciously. We don't intend to, but it happens. Okay, so along waiting and attention, we start biting our nails. These all things we need to keep in mind, that I should not do these things for an hour or two, right? As I am here to give an interview, to give my best, right? So carry all important certificates in a file. First, say they ask for, you can give it to them, right? Eye contact is a key, right? So maintain that eye contact with the interviewer. Be aware of your non-verbal behaviors that we have already understood in the communication class, that are non-verbal behaviors, what we are supposed to, what we are not supposed to do. For say sitting like this in front of, crossing your hands in front of the interviewer is no. Putting our bag, for say I'm carrying a notepad or a file, putting onto the table is completely no. I should not invade the interviewer's premises. Like, it is not my desk, right? I should keep in my lap, or I should put my bag down next to the chair where I'm sitting. So I should not invade, I should not put my things on the table of that interviewer, right? Because that is not my desk. Okay, so we need to keep these things in our mind. Be enthusiastic and be alert. Okay, have a positive attitude, project positive image. No fake coughing. Usually we do this in order to have little gap between thinking in between one question, in order to answer to that, to give an answer to a question. We have a cough kind of thing, so that we'll get little time in order to think and gather our thoughts, in order to gather our thoughts. So no fake coughing, such things. No folding or crossing your arms, which we discussed. We have a habit of biting our lips, so no, we should not do those things. Forced smiles. Madam has said that we should smile. It will give a positive vibes to the interviewer. Don't give that tight and fake smile in front of the interviewer. Okay, be very natural. Be aware of your non-verbal behaviors, which we already discussed. No limp handshake. Say you are going to meet the interviewer, you have to give a firm handshake. Your hand should be, your thumb should be upright and the forefinger should be straight. And this is the way you give a handshake. And you should give 1, 2, 3 pumps. You can shake the hand only thrice, not more than that. People have a habit of holding the hand and talking for us. How are you doing? And they continue it. No, just 1, 2, 3, or only 1, and you're done with the handshake. And it should be firm. The warmth should be realized by the interviewer. And men to men, it's easy. Women, what they do, they'll be having a initial hinges. Shall I give a handshake or shall I not? So if the interviewer gives you a hand, you can, or else Until unless a woman extends a hand, a man will not extend. These are the only two rules, right? Men usually they don't have any problem in shaking their hands, but women will be in a doubt: shall I do it, or shall the opponent should do the first go? So if you does, the man will definitely extend his hand for handshake. So it's up to you if you want to extend or say good morning, sir, and until unless you are being asked to sit, don't take your sit, okay? And we have a habit of, while talking, putting our hands here, touching our mouth. Like if you're sweating, you will be doing like this. So don't do this. So, okay, frequently touching your mouth and face will show negative things of your behavior, where it will project that you are nervous. Too much of nervousness will be projected like this. Okay, don't let the employer's casual approach cause you to drop your mannerism. At times the interviewer might be very, very casual with you, as if he knows you, or he is like your lecturer or so. But you should not drop your mannerism and professionalism. You should show your professionalism. He is an employer, right? So we are seeking employment. So we should always show that mannerism and keep our professionalism when we are interacting with them. He can be casual with us, but we cannot take him as casual. Keep in mind, right? So you can see a few pictures on the screen. Okay, the first one where the women have been clicked in different poses. Now you can understand like how to set in an interview, like when you're waiting outside the room of an interviewer, like how you should project yourself. You should project yourself as professional, enthusiastic, interested to work with them and talk with them. You should project that. So the fourth one, the woman, like where she's carrying the resume, holding it, legs are together, and she is so approachable. So people will prefer. That's the reason I said right from the moment you enter into the campus of the employer, you are been judged. So we need to be very, very careful. So we need to be careful about our body language, where we can see that how defensive the person is sitting, holding his hand, and he's like little arrogant type. So arrogance look, okay, annoyed look, irritated look, happy look, confused look, and worried. So we should not give such looks when we are in the interview session, right? We need to project a serene portfolio in front of the interviewer. Are we clear? Gauging, this is all about especially women, power gauging, social gauging, and intimate gauging. When we said that a woman should highlight her features by highlighting her eyes, by putting kajal and lips a bit. Why? Because people get attracted to your eyes and they will see only the lips. So their eyes will be only on your face, not elsewhere, right? So will help people to connect only till here. So it's very, very important for women to highlight their eyes and lips. I hope I'm clear till now.